Goliath. He is represented there by the Commissioner for Education, Pastor Femi Agagu. And when I mention Agagu, it is a huge nostalgia. The man in front of you, the one and bred in the correct, completely, absolutely. I started my secondary education in Manua Memorial Grammar School in Ondo, Okituba, under the tutelage of Pa Agagu of blessed memory. He was such a fantastic disciplinarian who gave us the best in terms of nurturing at that level. I was there for 2 years before I moved to Akure. Story for another day. As I mentioned him, with full memory of his nephew or whatever, I must mention someone who I invited to be here. He was a year my senior in Manua. Professor, how many years? 2 years. Professor Odumekun. He's a great doctor and thank you. He's a lecturer in the university here. I'm very grateful. Professor Odumekun, together in Manua. Shockingly, I won't go to that now. It's nice to see him here. So I recognize you. All those who are here. Yes, no, I must not mention Owale of Ikare. Kabiyesi. Ajay Poli Baba, Ajay Poli. All the eminent personalities, they are my Akoko sister, who is the commissioner too in the government of Akure Ondo. Dr. Mrs. Adebunmi Oshadam, thank you. All the executives, all the leading stars, all the shining stars of Akko, ladies, men, all of you who put this together. Somebody entered and I embraced him so tightly and warmly. I must mention him. Santana. I'll give a small story. You know, when you see human beings like us outside, you will not know the circumstances that produce us. Santana, though an Ijesha man, because his father was Ijesha, my father Molu. The first generation of the magnets, we look at it, let them say the magnets in Akoko, in Akure Akoko, before my father's generation joined them. However, he is the son of the wealthiest to date Akoko woman, Elijah Shefi. However, that isn't our story. Our story is Santana had a group, though my senior. We, the ones that are slightly younger than me, felt that he could not be controlling us, so we formed our own group. So, and it was a fantastic inspiration. Santana was, I have not told him this before, but I'm saying publicly. Santana was a fantastic inspiration because during the holidays, he will organize his own fund. We too will organize our own fund. At times, our path will cross. He will slightly defend. He will slightly defend his stuff. He will sometimes scamper. Sometimes wait and say, "Oh yeah." And I'm happy that it's all good because at the end of the day, the best came out of all of us. Santana became the best. his own field. And most of us, Bamenti, one of his acolytes, is the one sitting by him now. Amodeni was wherever we live. Amodeni had a younger sister who was in my school, and I won't go more than that. I won't go more than that. So thank you for coming, Santana. I'm very grateful. Bament, I'm very grateful. Where is he gone? Bament, thank you for coming. Amodeni, all of you, I'm very happy to see you around. I last saw Santana go to 20 years now. It's such an amazing thing to meet him again. Thank you, Santana. My friends from Osun, all of you, you know I love you, 21, all of you, the current president of the school, of the students, was my school daughter. Well, the ladies are interesting species. I find it difficult to call them by their husband names because what are these kids? Then, the memory I have is the name. I normally call myself Mutikola. I don't offend the husband. Kola de Edina Gun. All of them nice girls, like these girls. When we were dancing, I was talking at their faces. Now I would have been like this too at their time. Interesting. Oji Osheo, my daughter, my school daughter. The mother is late now. I don't call it not the street mother. I'm not talking about his college mother. She's still my daughter anyway. She's my daughter. But interestingly, we were mates. We were in the same class, but she was such a young girl. Still younger than me then. I was fairly bigger than Moji, thank you for your support, your love, enduring love. Our school prefect, Ayeni, mi ò ń pè láyé kó ti ló mọ̀ Ayeni ta àmọ́ra wa náà wọlé. I can't go through all. Abbas, Nico is here. I invited him. Are you still around or you've gone? Thank you, Abbas, for coming. I greet all of you. I thank you. I can't thank you enough. And then we feel go to my stage is important. Just as this event is very important. All the other receptions were nice, quite significant. I take this most seriously because of the import and get to know it. I titled my speech, I am just a rave. I am just a rave. It gives me great pleasure to be at this very distinguished and just gathering. I must therefore thank exceedingly the leadership of the National Association of the Old Students of Akure Anglican Grammar School, Abididi Akoko, for the welcome old section organized for me. Ọ̀nà àpọ̀nlé o. Ilé ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ máa kéré nínú sẹ́wọ̀n tẹ máa ṣe lọ́jọ́ iwájú. Ilé ìlú máa kéré. Ilé ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ kó ga jù ló máa kéré torí ẹ̀yìn máa ṣe sẹ́wọ̀n ojú ilé ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ lágbára Ọlọ́run. This is about the talk of such receptions being organized for me after I completed my assignment as Nigeria's Minister of Interior. I had barely left office when friends and political associates in Osun ambushed me with a reception in Ilesha and Osogbo. You must thank all of them under the leadership of Najib Salam, the former 8-year Speaker of the Parliament of Osun, and other people. And they organized a wonderful reception for me that spanned 1 week. clear signs of the people who trooped out to receive and welcome us was overwhelming. And I will be eternally grateful to them for their effusive outpouring of love. I've barely gone over that. It was during that program that my comrades are the leftists.
Isoleto!
Yeah, I'm a leftist. I was through the leftists and I entered Nigerian politics. So the comrades with whom I shared leftist ideology equally organized another reception within the greater Osun political faith. I want to thank them. Those who did that. So whatever I hear, Isoleto.
Africa.
Africa.
Isoleto.
Thank you. Had barely gone over that when the Southwest Muslim community dragged me to Oyo and in no small measure treated me to an unforgettable reception. Here I am today being treated to another welcome party by my mates, actually, but in conjunction with the old students of my alma mater, Akure Anglican Grammar School. Going down memory lane, when I saw these kids, they were all dancing, singing the school anthem. I was busy looking for a particular line of that anthem, and I'm happy. When the president was in her speech, she equally made reference to that particular line, because that line, which is the school motto, is my most significant inspiration. It says, perseverance conquers. Those who know me, I don't give up. Those who know just one thing, you can never say that I will give up. I don't. I would rather not start a thing than start and give up. And that is from that motto which says, perseverance conquers. Going down memory lane, I could recollect that the end of my stewardship in Lagos as commissioner was without fanfare, and there was not a single reception for me anywhere. Why? I was in the throes of the litigation for the recovery of my mandate in the 2007 governorship election in Osun. That effort was all-consuming, and it almost lasted a whole time before victory came our way in November 2010. That struggle lasted 42 months. If you recall that a time is 48 months, you know what I'm talking about. Everybody had given up hope. Very few people were left with any bit of hope that whoever recovered that mandate. There were suggestions, admonitions, and advice from everywhere that Rauf go and prepare for another election. And because of our tenacity and support from God and those who believed in us, on 26th of November 2017, we got the judgment. 2010, we got the judgment, and the rest is history. We served a record second term in Osun and handed over to a successor from our party. So what that means really is this: we had our own 2 elections and we delivered the 3rd election.
Yeah. Yes.
In the issue of Osun, I will say Western region, there are very few
It has never happened before in Osun
who are back to back had the 2-term and succeeded in delivering their parts. 3 so far, 3 in the Western region from F52. Of course, our leader, an avatar, Baba Obafemi Awolowo did. Aṣọ́jú Bọ́lá Tinubu did. The only source person that has done to date is Rauf Aregbesola. Back to back. And living in the system. Because we must annotate history. People tend to forget history. We must annotate history so that there will be no confusion. I remember being treated to a reception after I completed my assignment as a governor. Before I was start once again to be the Minister of Interior. There was a shelter for me by Jesha people. I thank God for enabling me to serve with distinction, honor and integrity as the minister, and returning home to these receptions and tumultuous celebrations. The outpouring of love by the people, friends and associates fills me with the deepest emotions. I never cease to draw tears from my eyes. I actually wept on the street of Osogbo when I saw human beings falling over themselves to show affection. I couldn't manage it. I cried. How did I deserve this? But to God
be the glory.
Be the glory. Today, I'm happy and fulfilled. It is by the grace of God and a great privilege to have been in a position of leadership 3 times and to have left indelible footprints on my path and be celebrated in this manner. This particular reception by the old students of my school is touching. Why? The first thing is that I know you don't have the money. I know every kobo means a lot to this school, the association, and you as individuals. I couldn't actually understand what could be the basis other than sheer love and commitment to do this for me. But the second reason why it's touching is this. Though the school is not within a cosmopolis and could even be termed rural with apology, I don't mean to be malicious or insulting, but we want to be honest to ourselves. We want to measure proximity to center of gravity of either a state or the region. We know we are almost at the end of it. I won't say more than that, so that I won't be offensive. But with that, my school is a legend. My school is a legend of some sort. When I became a student, it was already a world beater. I joined the school in 73. As I told you before, I began in Manuwa. I did my first 2 years in Manuwa. Then I moved to where my parents were in Akure. There's a lot of story about that, but this is not time to say it. However, I had to come to Akure to join my parents to school around. Village Akure was too close, was just opposite our house. They had to take me to a school where they could be sure I will really concentrate. So I was taken to Akure. But the school, you must often say this, Akure was already a world beater. I'll get to it. Though located in Arigidi Akoko, but it was already a world beater. We were challenged by 3 former students whose exploits in external examinations were boldly displayed on the board in our assembly hall. And I'm sure they will still be there. 3 of them. They were Miss Catherine Adepate Adelisi, now Mrs. Ajayi, She recorded the best result in the WASC examination result written by the school in 1967. She had the best result in all of West Africa. From Akure. And she had already passed out, and her name was only written on the honor list in our assembly hall. She made a distinction with aggregate 9. She is now a chartered accountant and former Director General, Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria. So whoever is looking at me as a star, he's just doing himself or herself. That lady had beaten all records, and her name was always there, inspiring us, particularly me, because whenever I looked at that board and I saw her name, I would say, look, I must do better. I didn't tell anybody. The second was Mr. David Adeoye. He recorded the best result in mathematics in West Africa. In 1968, for the examination, Mr. David Adeoye. He is now a distinguished architect and pastor. So when you're looking at stars, those are the stars. Their names were there on the wall for us to see every morning in the assembly hall. The third was Miss Margaret Ologun, who recorded the best result in earth science in West Africa in 1968. WASC. These feats were possible then because of the quality of education in Western region at that time. The conspicuous display of the names of these students in our school then was an inspiration to us, and to me in particular. The school has since then produced stars that will fill a galactic world. The school has since then, from Arigidi, produced stars that will fill. Okay. The school has since then produced stars that will fill a galactic world. Who are these stars? Who are these stars? Engineer Bernard Olumuyiwa Aliyu, CFR. Bernard Aliyu, as we used to call him. He is my mate. And come on. Eh? Okay. You are stars too. You are stars in waiting. Claim it. You are stars in waiting.
Amen.
Bye bye. Safe journey. I wish I could call that because I have a special message for you. But you are stars. You are stars in waiting. It's for you. I'm reading this actually. I'll send a copy to your school so that they read it to you. These stars include but not limited to Engineer Dr. Bernard Olumuyiwa Aliyu, CFR, the former head of International Civil Aviation Organization, Montreal, Canada. He was a two-term president of ICAO. The Akure International Airport has just been named after him by the federal government. It is now officially called Dr. Bernard Olumuyiwa Aliyu International Airport, Akure. Who can beat that? Who can beat that? Aliyu is the product of Akure grounds. He is my mate and is a star by any standard. Chief Akure Ondo, former head of service Ondo, understand. Professor Mrs. Laolat Adesola, a renowned educationist. Professor Mrs. Lara Olusi of the OAU, Ife. Yeah. Dr. Adewale Saba, a computer scientist and former bank executive, my teacher, was an excellent. Mrs. Moji Kolade Ni Ajayi, a retired foreign secretary in Ondo State. Mrs. Fumilayo Ni, a retired foreign secretary in Ondo State from the school, Emma Kamo. Mr. Olushade Adesola, the current federal foreign secretary in Abuja. Students. Professor Abidemi Oyinlade, a professor at the University of Nebraska, USA, he met. And from the school, late Mr. Samuel Babafemi Bello, SBD Bank, former executive director, African Petroleum PLC, Chief Abraham Dade Adebiyi, retired foreign secretary Ondo State, Alhaji Yekini Olanipekun, former commissioner Ondo State, Mr. Richard Olaitan Ayeni, former commissioner of hospital duty Ondo State and information Ondo State, Mr. Aki, what is your name? Elinagu Osotimeyi, Eli Osotimeyi Niyagu, Mrs. Former Prime Secretary Osun. Mr. Bode Adebi, former Prime Secretary Ondo. Pastor Alex Alake, former Prime Secretary Ondo. Engineer Charles Aguloye, former technical manager ITT Akatel, an international conglomerate. Brigadier General retired Olumide Akintola of the Nigerian Army. Late Dr. Feyi Momo, a renowned medical practitioner in Oyo State. Mr. Ezekiel Olusegun Adekunle, an educationist and former president of all the Nigerian Confederation of Principals and Corps Ondo State. Mr. Folusho Aminu, former chief of staff to the governor of Ondo State. Professor Duro Joseph Oyedele of Oyelule Ife. And Professor Richard Oladele Abiola, Federal University of Technology Akure, among other distinguished alumni. I could not exhaust it. This is just the list I could put together when I was putting this up. There might be several people, even here, whose name I cannot place. We have in academia, in business, in profession, in politics, human beings who are by all sense of description distinguished product of this rural school. So, to call me a star would be a gross understatement. But I agree, I'm a rave. I'm just a rave. But these and many more distinguished students are the stars who deserve even greater celebrations. And it will be unfair if I fail to mention their name here and their place in the school universe. But whatever it is that we have achieved, all of us will pay to insignificance compared to what these children who just the way we have and accomplish without a doubt. Our inspiration, my own inspiration, don't let me for all, was on the honor list of 3 people in front of the school assembly hall for the 3 years I spent there. We didn't have mentioned, don't they have very many? Then I'm so sure several stars are waiting to produce from Akoko Anglican Grammar School by the grace of God. However, We're talking about students of the school. What were the faculties in the school? The principals, the teachers, and the administrators. Sitting here in front of me was our so elegant, decent, and fantastically dressed bossa. He's here, he's now age. You don't know how fine he was.